You know, that kind of movement that starts almost invisibly, right behind the scenes, far from the spotlight, without making much noise, but that gradually starts gaining strength, growing, and suddenly takes on massive proportions. Well, Newcastle fans, that is exactly what has started unfolding over the past few hours, and trust me, it could seriously shake things up for Newcastle United. The truth is, something big is happening, and anyone keeping an eye on the football world can already sense that something major is going on. And do not think for a second that this is going unnoticed by the sharp eyes of the European and South American media, let alone the die-hard Newcastle supporters. That strange atmosphere of late-night phone calls, constant incoming messages, last-minute meetings, and of course, that heavy silence, which, in reality, speaks louder than any official statement. Something huge is happening behind the scenes, and it could directly impact the direction of our season. And by the way, if you are one of those fans who always likes to stay one step ahead, following every move behind the scenes of our beloved Newcastle United, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel right now. This is crucial to help us continue bringing you, every single day, the hottest news, directly from the best sources, like journalist Eduardo Burgos, who has revealed some crucial details about this situation, which I am going to share with you shortly. And let us be honest, it is impossible to ignore when three Premier League giants start moving almost simultaneously behind the scenes in pursuit of the same player. It is the kind of race against time that leaves any fan restless. On one side, Newcastle are focused on strengthening the squad to fight at the very top of the table. On the other side, to direct rivals who are not willing to make this negotiation easy at all. Well then, Newcastle fans, now it is time to reveal what is really going on. The information currently circulating strongly behind the scenes is that Newcastle United have officially entered the race to sign Colombian midfielder Richard Rios, currently playing for Palmeiras, and it is not just our club eyeing him. Tottenham and Crystal Palace are also seriously interested in the player, who, according to journalist Eduardo Burgos, has a market value between 15 and 20 million pounds. Richard Rios' name has not appeared out of nowhere in this scenario. The 25-year-old midfielder is having a brilliant spell in South American football. He is a key starter at Palmeiras and a regular call-up for the Colombian national team. His ability to occupy spaces, defend solidly, and, at the same time, contribute offensively, has caught the attention of analysts everywhere, and it does not stop there. What is really keeping Newcastle's scouts hooked is Richard's versatility. He is not just a defensive midfielder, he is the type of player who combines physical strength, tackling ability, excellent positioning, and, above all, an outstanding reading of the game. Of course, some may point out that his passing can be inconsistent at times, but at only 25 years old, the Colombian has plenty of room to grow in European football. It is also worth noting that Newcastle's board is paying very close attention to the profile of players coming in. The club is looking for players who can make an immediate impact, but also have the potential to develop further and generate both technical and financial returns in the medium and long term. And look, Richard Rios fits this profile perfectly. Young, with a Premier League-ready physique, and showing maturity beyond his years. And if you, like me, are curious to see how this deal could directly impact the future of our club, here is what you need to do. Hit the subscribe button right now, because honestly, if this signing goes through, it could change a lot at St. James Park. And surely, you will not want to miss a single update, right? So click subscribe and stay with us through what promises to be a thrilling transfer saga. But let me be honest with you, this will not be an easy deal at all. That is because, aside from Newcastle, Tottenham are also very keen on the Colombian. The London side sees Rios as an essential piece to solve several midfield problems. According to the English media itself, Spurs' midfield is lacking intensity, physical presence, and, most importantly, defensive cover, which is exactly what the Colombian delivers in abundance. Another very strong competitor in this race is Crystal Palace. And it might sound surprising, but Palace are coming in strong, especially after winning the FA Cup last season, which secured them a spot in European competition this year. This makes their project far more attractive than in previous seasons. They are looking to strengthen the squad, and Richard Rios is right at the top of their wish list. Now, let us talk numbers. Here is the situation. According to Eduardo Burgos, Palmeiras are willing to negotiate the player for a fee between 15 and 20 million pounds. And let us be honest, for the current market, that is an extremely competitive price, especially considering the quality and development potential the Colombian brings. No wonder three Premier League clubs are chasing him at the same time. Of course, Newcastle have a huge advantage in this battle. The project, after all, we are talking about a club that has been growing exponentially in recent years, firmly establishing itself among the Premier League's elite, and consistently playing European competitions. Plus, there is a clear plan for the coming seasons, with constant investments in the squad, infrastructure and coaching staff. But the big question remains, will Newcastle manage to win this race? Looking behind the scenes, our club's board has already started conversations both with the players, representatives and with and according to the latest information, Newcastle are prepared to present a very competitive offer, one that could tempt both the Brazilian club and the player himself. By the way, if you want to know firsthand how this transfer saga unfolds, do not waste any time. Subscribe right now. A huge update could break at any moment, and of course, you will not want to miss it. Plus, your subscription is essential for us to continue bringing you the hottest news, always based on reliable sources. Just like this one coming straight from journalist Eduardo Burgos. And let us be honest, Palmeiras know it is going to be very difficult to hold on to the player for much longer. The European market, especially the Premier League, is extremely attractive, both from a sporting and financial perspective. For Richard, this could be a golden opportunity to take the next step in his career, competing in one of the most challenging leagues in the world and, who knows, becoming one of the best in his position. The player's desire also weighs heavily in this equation. Information gathered by the Brazilian press suggests that Richard Rios is very keen on moving to England. He believes this is the right time to take that leap and sees the Premier League as the perfect challenge for his growth. The big question now is which of the three clubs will manage to convince the Colombian. But if you think Newcastle's transfer activity stops here, forget it. This is just one of several negotiations currently in progress. The board remains very active, monitoring other targets, particularly for midfield and defense. And that is exactly why you, Newcastle fan, cannot afford to miss any updates. So take a moment, hit that subscribe button now. And to wrap things up, one thing is absolutely certain: the transfer window is heating up, and the next few weeks will be decisive. Newcastle are ready to invest heavily to give Eddie Howe an even more competitive squad, capable of fighting for the Premier League and going far in Europe. And if Richard Rios ends up arriving at St. James Park, he will be another key piece in the ambitious project being built. So, Newcastle fans, stay tuned, because as you have seen, this saga is just getting started, and it promises to have many more chapters coming soon. And if you want to be the very first to know everything happening behind the scenes at Newcastle, do not forget to help us out. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell and drop a like. That way you help us keep bringing you top quality content based on reliable information like this. Straight from the investigations of journalist Eduardo Burgos.